What's up, guys? Welcome to On Trail Reviews. I'm Daniel.
I'm Chase.
Yes, and today, as you can see, it's super overcast, but that's not going to stop us. We're taking the motorcycles out. I'm rocking the 01 Harley Sportster. Chase, what you got over here?
86 Suzuki Intruder.
86 Suzuki Intruder. We're going for a day hike over to Goldmine Branch to finish what we started over there. Going to give you some cool tips along the ways, navigate some of that, and should be a good time. Okay, so here's the situation we're in. We're not in the best place to park motorcycles, but we're also not in the best place to leave a motorcycle parked. Right here on this side of town, motorcycles like to run away. So we're parked kind of close to the road where we got some gravel. I slid sideways turning in here, almost dropped it. But these are cruisers, not dirt bikes. But you know, we're always looking for the next crazy adventure. So the plan, since this gate is open, we're actually gonna ride down this muddy dirt road on the cruisers, try not to get stuck. That way we're hiding the bikes off the road a little bit, keep them from wandering eyes. So we'll see how this goes. All right, so that was some of the slickest riding I've ever done. We came through a bunch of mud holes, but the Harley Sportster made it, and so did our antique 86 Suzuki Intruder. It made it as well. So we're gonna leave the bikes here where we know they're pretty safe, and we're gonna take the rest home.
What's up, guys? Chase here with On the Trail Reviews. Hiking with Daniel today. We're hiking down Goldmine Branch, as we were talking about a little bit earlier. Today I'm trying out my new Montum Ultra Strong trekking poles. I've been watching a lot of reviews on these and I've seen some pretty good things. So I decided to go ahead and purchase these because if you watched our trash worthy or trail worthy video, my Academy Mountain Smith Pyrite trekking poles broke actually during the video. So I had to get some new ones because I do have a trekking pole tent. So I'm gonna give these a try. I'll be trying them out today, and then in our upcoming Appalachian Trail trip in a few weeks, I'm gonna try them out and I'm gonna give you a full detailed review. But this is just a preview to let you know how they are.
All right, so we have just changed entrances. We moved the bikes to a different location. About 10 minutes into our hike, we noticed there was 2 different people hunting. I checked the regulations and checked on my phone. I have the DNR sign-in app, and there was nobody supposed to be hunting there unless it's something I don't know about or that's not posted. So we were really not anticipating that, but still we chose to find a different location to hike at to give them plenty of space. We're not wearing orange or anything like that. So we got the bikes parked over here at the first entrance. If you look in our very early videos, this is where I parked at Goldmine Branch to hit it from the first time. So we're gonna do the same hike, just starting on the opposite side. That way we can avoid those hunters. Okay, so real quick, just kind of the theme here. Why would you just kind of take off for a day hike to somewhere that you've hiked, you know, 5, 6, 7 times before? I mean, you know what you're gonna see, you know what's ahead. So why would you even keep doing that hike like we are today? Well, the importance of that, I think Chase would agree, is we do know exactly what to expect. So because of that, we can plan accordingly and really test out some gear for those long 5-day trips, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're comfortable with your environment. You know what's gonna happen along your hike for the most part. You know exactly where you're at, you know, and you're not hiking 7 to 10 miles in the woods where you have absolutely no connection to the outside world if something were to go wrong in the first place. But I mean, this is mainly to test gear to make sure that you have the proper gear for your 5-day hikes, like you said.
Right, so if you have a super chronic gear failure out here, like the bottom of your pack just gives out and all your gear dumps on the ground, you have no way to carry it anymore, here would be a good place for that to happen. We're real familiar with where we are. We know the terrain. It's a good hike. You can get 5 miles out of this hike, or you can get 1 mile out of this hike. And there's lots of different approaches to this little section. Just like me and Chase did, we were able to flip, hit a different side of the trail. So that's nice. And that just comes with being familiar with where we're at while we're in these woods. And it's a good place to test out gear. So some of the things we're testing out is the first piece of equipment, my own knees. I had a knee injury back in August. I tore my meniscus and I'm hobbling around on it. So I put on some heavy duty knee braces. I was rocking the trekking poles, which I normally don't, just to see kind of how my knees are gonna feel with a pack on while we're hiking, so that when we hit the AT upcoming in January, I know what to expect. I don't get 15 miles out in the middle of nowhere and all of a sudden that cartilage breaks loose and jams up my knee and I'm locked up, and Chase has to carry me all the way out of the woods. So I'm kind of testing my limits here. We're also testing some new trekking poles. It's overcast, so if we could get a good rain, we're gonna pull out the rain jackets. I have a North Face rain jacket. I can't remember the exact model of that rain jacket, but it's North Face. It's a real high-end rain jacket, so I'm looking forward to test that. And then Chase also has that cheap $5 rain jacket that we both bought at the Coleman Outlet store, so it'd be cool to compare those. Aside from that, we're testing out how our packs are feeling with the weights they're gonna be at and some other things as well. So these day hikes are super good for a little bit of research and development for your long trip.
What's up, guys? So I'm gonna talk a little bit about setting up camp right now. The reason why I want to show you this particular spot right here is behind me you have a rock with a pretty good overhang. So if you were to build a fire into this during cold weather, basically your heat would roll up and roll right out over you. So you know, this would be a perfect spot to set up your camp. You set up your tent right in here and build your fire so your heat is coming right back into you. And this would make a perfect camp spot. You have water right here, so you're able to get fresh, clean water. You wouldn't have to store a whole lot of water, so this would be a perfect place to end your day completely. And like I said, I just really want to point out that this rock would give you a lot of heat, especially when rocks get warm, they radiate heat anyways. So you would be getting a lot of heat from this. So I think this is something helpful for our newer backpackers to learn.
All right, y'all, this looks like a good place to stop. Kind of got a little overhang right here and a nice bench to set the packs on. So we're gonna talk a little bit about what we bring on a day hike when we come. Normally I wouldn't bring a pack this size, I just bring something smaller. But like I said, we're doing a lot of gear testing for our upcoming trip in January. So I'm rocking the Mission Peak gear pack. It's 45 liters. I got my Cascade Mountain Tech trekking poles on the side. These are budget trekking poles, a little bit cheaper. Got them at Academy for like 35 bucks. I don't use them that much though, so I was able to skimp out on my trekking poles. Inside, just in case the weather turns sour, I got a North Face parka here. It has the removable liners on the inside, so you can make it a warmer jacket or a colder jacket, less warm. It's a good windbreaker, 100% waterproof, just in case the weather turns sour. I always keep my rain gear on the very top of the pack. Now, one cool tip I'm going to give you as well is to keep a dry bag inside your backpack. Okay, so I use this one kind of as a pack liner. If you'll see, this dry bag is the same size as my pack, so it fits in really well, and it's almost like a liner in the pack. That way I knew we were going to be hiking in water today. I knew the weather was going to be overcast and possible chance of showers, so I always dry bag everything. I don't rely just on the pack cover. Also a good idea to write your last name on your pack, just in case anybody gets mixed up. Inside that, another dry bag. This is essentials like camera gear, microphones, extra batteries, lighter. Just double bagging that stuff because if it gets wet, it's done for. Then I got some rope. I got my first aid kit, and then the rest is just snacks and water. Little things like this chocolate peanut crunch. Love snacking on that while I'm hiking. Also had a tuna salad for lunch. Already smashed that down. Also carrying a Nalgene bottle as always, and then I got my Sawyer water filter in this bag as well, so if I do run out of water, I knew we were going to be traversing creeks and streams all day, so I wasn't too concerned about packing out a liter or 2 liters of water. I knew that one Nalgene bottle and I could just keep filling that as I needed it. Also, last thing I want to show you in my pack is to always prepare for the worst, especially when you're going on long hikes. I have an emergency bivvy in here. It's an emergency sleeping bag. It's that Mylar space blankety stuff. The bivvy is a little bit nicer because it's so huge. You can cut it open and use it as a shelter as well. Or if I was fortunate enough to find something like this where I don't have to worry about the rain being on me and I can start a fire with my lighter, all that heat reflecting, then I could just use the bivvy as a bivvy and get in the bivvy. So always pack for the worst. It weighs nothing. It has a little whistle on the side as well. So that way, if something were to happen, like I said, I'm hiking on 2 bad knees, kind of just seeing how my knees are gonna act for this upcoming January trip. And one of my knees did blow out and I ended up having to spend the night out here. At least I know I would be warm and I would be dry as well. So that's a little bit about what's in my pack on this day hike.
What's up, guys? So earlier Daniel was telling you about what's in his pack and how he has it set up for today's hike. He set his up a little bit differently than I did. I set mine up more for conditioning for our upcoming hike. I'm not having any problems with health right now, so he set his up a little bit differently than I did, but I set mine up like I was actually going on the Appalachian Trail. I did not bring my dry bag like he does today, but I actually did bring a few items. I actually brought my River Country Trekker 2 tent. That was, one of my main items I bring, so I want to make sure I'm simulating as much weight as possible. I brought my Climate Static B sleeping pad, a nice pad, super light. It takes 10 to 15 breaths to blow up. We talked about it in an earlier video. If you're interested in it, make sure you check it out. I have my brand new Montum Ultra Strong trekking poles. I'm kind of reviewing these. I just got them for Christmas, so I haven't used them much. This is my first hike with them, so I'm excited to see how they hold up. I also brought a smart water bottle. I started bringing this along recently. I got rid of the bladder that you use whenever you're camping. One problem I experienced with this with bladders is they bust on the trail, so I actually switched over to the smart water bottle. They're a lot more convenient. See, since the top screws off here, you can screw your Sawyer filter on here directly. It's actually designed to screw right on top of these, so it makes it to where you can just throw the water in there if you're in a hurry and not worry about filtering it right then and there. Just screw your thing on and drink right out of it. Or you can filter it through a bag, or from this into a bag, however you want to do it. But like I said, this thing right here is essential. It's completely deleted my bladder. Now, this is not the size I would carry on trail, so I did kind of skimp a little bit there. I usually carry a 1 liter bottle, 2 of them actually. And then I brought fuel and a few other miscellaneous items. But like I said, I really wanted to mimic the weight, that way I can condition for this coming up trip.